Good morning, dear students. Myself, Joyce Stephen. Today I am going to take the subject is General Science for Standard 8th. On Chapter 3, the name of the chapter is Force and Pressure. These are the summaries of this lesson. Already we have learned some concepts. They are contact force, non-contact force, balanced force, unbalanced force, inertia and pressure. Today we are going to see the concept buoyant force and Archimedes principle. This density and relative density we will see it on later. First topic is atmospheric pressure. Air surrounds the earth from all sides. This layer of air called atmosphere. The atmosphere exists to about 16 km height. It further extends up to about 400 km in a very dilute form. The pressure created due to air is called the atmospheric pressure. Next one, the air pressure at the sea level is called 1 atmospheric pressure. Air pressure decreases as one goes up in height from the sea level. 1 atmospheric is equal to 101 into 10 raised to 3 Pascal, which is equal to 1 bar, that is equal to 10 raised to 3 m bar. M bar is less than equals to 10 raised to 2 Pascal, that means hectopascal. Atmospheric pressure is specified in the units m bar or hectopascal, that is HPA. The atmospheric pressure at a point in air is equal from all sides. How this pressure created? If air exists in a closed container, the air molecules in random motion continuously hit the walls of the container. In this interaction, a force is exerted on the walls of the container. Pressure is created due to this force. We constantly bear the atmospheric pressure on our heads. However, the cavities in our body are also filled with air and arteries and veins are filled with blood. Therefore, we do not get crushed underwater and due to atmospheric pressure as the pressure is balanced. The Earth's atmospheric pressure decreases with height from the sea level. Next, we are going to see the concept buoyant force. Look at the picture. First, we have to take a plastic bottle and fix the lid tightly. Now, place it in water and see. It will float on water. Try and push it into the water. Even when pushed, it continues to float. This experiment can also be done with a plastic hollow ball. Now fill the bottle with water to the fullest capacity and close the lid and release in water. The bottle will float inside the water. Why does this happen? The empty plastic bottle floats on the surface of water. The next, the bottle full of water floats inside water but does not goes to the water. The weight of the empty bottle is negligible as compared with the weight of the water inside. Such a bottle with water neither floats on the surface nor does it goes to the bottom. This means the force due to gravity acting downwards, which is denoted by Fg, must have been balanced by an opposing force in the upward directions, means Fb on the bottle filled with water. This force must have originated from the water surrounding the bottle. The upward force acting on the object in water or other fluid or gas is called buoyant force. While pulling a bucket from a well, the bucket full of water immersed fully in water appears to weight less than when it has been pulled out of water. Why? buoyant force acts on it and hence it appears that the weight of the object is reduced. Next experiment is take a piece of thin aluminum sheet and dip it in water in a bucket. Now shape the same piece of aluminum into a small boat and place it on the surface of water. What do you observe from this experiment? From this experiment, an aluminum sheet will sink into the water. That means aluminum sheet density is greater than the water density. Next one, piece of aluminum into the small boat will float on the water because the boat will float on the water, balls void space, air pressure. Next example is an iron nail sinks in water, but why does the massive steel ship float on it? Any ideas? Because density is more than that of water. Buoyant force acting on the ship due to water balance the ship. Next experiment is lemon sinks in a glass filled with water, but it floats when we stir in 2 spoons of salt in the water. Why? Because in salty water, the buoyant force exceeds the gravitational force. Next example is it becomes easier to swim in sea water than in fresh water. What do you understood? The density of sea water is higher than the density of fresh water due to salts dissolved in sea water. Next topic is buoyant force depends on 2 factors. They are volume of the object and second one is density of liquid. First one, volume of the object means the buoyant force is more if the volume of the dipping object is more. Second one, density of liquid, which means density of liquid, more the density of liquid, more is the force of buoyancy. Next one is how is it decided that an object left in liquid will get sink in the liquid, will float on the surface or will float inside the liquid? There are 3 cases. First one, the object floats if the buoyant force is larger than its weight. Second case, the object sinks if the buoyant force is smaller than its weight. Third case is the object floats inside the liquid if the buoyant force is equal to its weight. In 2 cases, that is on first 2 cases, case 1 and case 2 are the buoyant force is unbalanced. The third case is the buoyant force is balanced. Next topic is Archimedes principle. Look at the diagram. First, we are going to do one small experiment, that is, first take a small long rubber band and cut it at one point. At one of its end, tie a clean washed stone or a 50-gram weight as shown in figure. Now, hold the other end of the rubber band and make a mark there. Keep the stone hanging in air and measure the length of the rubber band from the stone to the mark made earlier. Now take water in a pot and hold the rubber band at such a height that stone sinks in it. Again measure the length of the rubber band up to the mark. What is observed? The length is shorter than the earlier length. While dipping the stone in water, the length of the stretched rubber gets slowly reduced and is minimum when it sinks completely. What could be the reason for the shorter length of the rubber band in water? When the stone is sunk in water, a buoyant force acts on it in the upward direction. The weight of the stone acts downwards. therefore the force which acts on it in the downward direction is effectively reduced. Next one, Archimedes' principle states that when an object is partially or fully immersed in a fluid, a force of buoyancy acts on it in the upward directions. This force is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. Now, look at the figure. He is one of the scientists. Now, we are going to see the introduction of this scientist. The name of the scientist is Archimedes. He is a Greek scientist and a mathematician with a sharp intelligence. He found the value of pi by a numerical calculation. The value of pi was 3.14. His knowledge of levers, pulleys, wheels in physics was useful to the Greek army in fighting against the Roman army. He became famous due to his work in geometry and mechanism. When he entered a bathtub for taking bath, he discovered the above principle by observing the overflowing water. He came out in the same state shouting, "Eureka, Eureka," meaning, "I found it, I found it." Next, the use of Archimedes' principle is very wide. This principle has been used in the construction of ships and submarines. The instruments such as lactometer, hygrometer are based on this principle. Thank you so much, dear students. I hope you all are safe and stay at home. We'll meet you on next session. Bye.